Good morning. Good morning. What's up? What's happening? What's popping? What's cracking? What's jumping? Who's that? Who's that? Who's that there? Who's out there? How we doing this morning, people? Is everybody awake? Is everybody ready? Let's do this morning. Welcome, 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 everyone. Thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. Thank you for joining the walk this morning. Let's move, people. Let's move. Let's do it. It is Wednesday, July 2nd, 2025. Thank you guys for being here this morning. Make sure when you check in, drop in where you're checking in from. What time it is where you are. Good morning. How you doing this morning? Welcome to the Walk and Talk. Top of the day. Morning, everyone. Welcome in. How are we doing this morning? Where we checking in from? What time is it where you are? What are we doing this morning? Welcome to the hilltop. Senior William. Whew. Swole. Advertisement. Salute. Russia Day. Morning, Russia Day. Hello, good morning, good morning. Thank you. Quick look. Top of the hill. Thank you everyone for joining, for being here. Taking a moment to stop in. Let's get ready to get started on our day. Please, as you drop in, if take a moment, let me know where you're checking in from, what time it is where you are. Let's get this day started. Let's get to it. Hey, buddy, who's that? Birds World. Stay blessed. Thank you, Birds World. You too. How do you get motivated, man? How do you get motivated when you're not motivated? What do you do when you're not motivated? How do you get back into your hard work, back into your focus? What do you do next? Ryan, good morning, brother. How you doing this morning? Everyone looks for motivation, looks for something to push them, some way to carry them through, something usually something outside of them to give them the strength or the reason to move. It's not easy. I'm not one of these, I run all day guys. Anyone who knows me knows I'm not big on cardio. I'm struggling right now. I gotta make all types of deals and concessions with myself to do this running thing. But here I am. Oh my goodness. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for being here. Ryan, good morning, bro. You have a blessed day as well. Birds World, no pain, no gain. Indeed, no challenge, no change. Oh. Physical pain is one thing. Whew. You can soothe it, right? You can soak it. You can put it in a bath, cold or hot, help it go away. Mentally, emotionally, where are we? Germany, watching from Germany, 11 a.m. Good morning, Germany. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Welcome in. Guys, it is 4:51 a.m. here on the East Coast of the United States. For you guys who know, I was born in Washington, D.C., the nation's capital. I currently live in the same area. And I work every day on living my purpose, growing and encouraging others to do the same. Never give up, guys. Never stop. Gangsta Paradise vibe is loading. Thank you. Welcome, welcome, guys. Guys, stop in. See anything you like, make a comment, have something to share. Take a moment, please. Drop a thumbs up. Also, let me know where you're checking in from. Let me know what time it is where you are. Let's connect this morning. Let's talk. What's on you guys' mind? Oftentimes when it's walk and talk, I just come out and talk about, what's on my mind, how I'm feeling. I want to hear from you guys today. I want to know what you're thinking, what's on your minds. What are your approach? Birds World, 11:52 p.m. Guess my location. 1:52 p.m. Okay, so 1:52 p.m. I don't know, 1:52 a.m. would have put you on the west coast of the United States. 1:52 p.m. Ooh, I want to say England. Are you in Great Britain? Somewhere in Europe. You got to be somewhere in Europe. Birds World. Let me know. Am I right? Is the thumbs up because I was right in about the UK? Joe. The UK. You're in Joe. Was I said it before Joe did. Let me know if I was right. If you're over there in Queensland, across the pond. Indeed, guys, good morning. I'm trying to walk this thing this morning. Get myself moving. Joe says, just got here. What's up? Just making some moves this morning, Joe. Just doing a little bit of running this morning. Talking about whatever's on you guys' mind. I normally out here anywhere between 4:30 and 6, and I'm doing a walk. I usually got something that's on my mind that I want to talk about and share. This morning, I'm really focusing on trying to complete this mile as quickly as I possibly can. There are a significant number of hills. But yeah, that's kind of what I'm doing this morning. What you doing this morning, Joe? Or if you're in UK, what are you doing this afternoon? Birds World, no. The Asian region, India. Am I right, India? Are you in India? Let me know, Birds World, are you in India? Come on. Joe is in the UK. Let me know, Birds World. Let's go. Just came off the phone talking about a job. All right. Tell me about it, Joe. Tell me about it. What's this job you talk about? It's a project you creating? You working with someone? How you feel about it? Let me know, Birds World. How close am I? Asia region. I'm saying India, Birds World. I'm saying it is 2 o'clock in the afternoon, just past lunchtime. You gotta be in India. Don't leave me hanging, man. I made my best guess. Let me know. I am almost finished with this mile. Seems longer every day. Whew. Thank you guys for being here. Joe, let's go. Just came off the phone talking about a job. Tell me about it, Joe. Tell me about it, man. How was it? How was the experience? Whew. There we go. The weather has cooperated this morning, so it's not super hot. It's not too humid. Low 70s. Job is a liquidation firm. People I talked to seemed great. Felt like it went well and all. Nope. Indian people are great, but they think I'm one of the enemy. Oh my. Oh, Pakistan. India is at war with Pakistan. Is that correct? Don't leave me hanging too long, Birds World. So, you said you feel like it went well and all. That's awesome. So you're just looking to take on the job, just joining the company now? Just now joining the company? Turkey? Wait a minute, is Turkey in the Asian region? I don't know my geography as well as I should, Birds. Well, I'm close. Pakistan is close. What else do we have close to Pakistan, people? Help me out. Iran, Iraq. I don't know. I don't know my Middle East geography as well as I probably should. I don't know my Asia geography as well as I should. That's right. Based on that, I decide if I'm more into the city from a small town. Got you. That's big moves, man. Going from a small town to a big city, you're doing a good thing. You're talking to the company, but it seems like you're trying to see if the company fits you more than trying to see whether or not you fit the company. Is that the approach? Maybe you've heard of Manchester. Maybe. I've heard of Manchester. I've heard of Manchester, yes. That's a small town. The football team is huge. Is this the same Manchester? Is Manchester United? So you're from Manchester. I don't know exactly where Manchester's located, but I think I heard from it. Birds World, let me know, man. I took about 3 guesses. I don't know if any one of those 3 guesses were right. Yes, it is. Yes, it is what? Which one? Let me know which one of my guesses is correct. Yes, the same one as United. Okay. All right, listen. I don't care what size Manchester is, Joe. I don't care what the actual population is of Manchester. Your football team makes Manchester massive. That is a worldwide community. That community is huge. The community size here in the US is unbelievable. I have to say, many years ago, when I was young, that Pakistan, thank you, Birds World, thank you. So it's 2 in the evening, 2 in the afternoon in Pakistan. How are you doing today, Birds World? Joe, I'll let you know, growing up, if I didn't know anything else about football, what we call soccer here in the United States, I knew Manchester United was the team to be a fan of. I knew if you were looking for a team and you did not know anything else, Man U. Man U was the what? Phenomenal. Thank you. All right. Took me about 17 minutes to get to a mile, guys. Thank you for joining me on the walk getting there, on the process. Good morning. Let's continue to keep moving, guys. So, Manchester is where you're from, and you're thinking about moving to London? Is London the big city where you're moving to, Joe? I want to apologize, everyone. Every time I talk to somebody from different places in the world, I start putting on this silly accent because I think it helps me say the words better. One of the funniest things I ever heard was, it was a skit somebody did somewhere, and they were talking to someone, and the person the country native language was English, and they were like, you know, it's like, I can't understand them. They're like, wow. He was like, I speak American. I'm like, that is the dumbest thing. Like, that was so silly. So Joe, from a small town, Manchester is the city I'm going to. Okay, I think it's the fastest growing city in the UK. Wow, that's a lot, man. Buddy, you're hardworking and boosting your body. We're playing with your brain with riddles. You guys do, you got my brain spinning. However, it did take my thought off of completing that mile, and I did get that done. Joe, I don't know how you normally Well, usually when I'm just talking, if you watch some of the videos on the channel, I try to be purposeful. It's a really normal way I think of speaking. But then when I try to say leads, it's so silly. It's so silly. I spent a while working on learning to speak Spanish, so I think everyone whose name looks the slightest bit Spanish that I need to roll the R's. So it doesn't matter what their name is. Like, their name could be Richard, but if the last name is like Mendoza, then I'll be like Richard Mendoza. And it's like, no, dude, it's just Richard. It's just like, just say Richard. So I apologize if I'm coming out there just sounding crazy. So London, like, I can't just say London. I have to be like, you moving to London, the big city. And I don't even know what that accent is. I have no idea what that was. But Manchester is the big city. You're moving to Manchester from a small town. Okay, sounds good. All right, now let me see if I can remember some of you guys' terminology over there in the UK. You guys don't say college, right? You guys go to uni. Let me know if that's correct. Joe, let me know if you guys basically refer to postgraduate studies as uni. Is that what it's called? Top Gun, good morning. How are you doing this morning? So it's like short for university, or do you refer to it differently? I know here, there's so many levels. You can go to college, but you can go to a community college, which is a 2-year college to prepare you for a 4-year college, which is a university. In some situations they're not considered universities. I don't know the distinction between the two, but it matters. Like, you could have 2 different schools. One could be a college, the other could be a university. I probably should look into that, try to figure it out. I did psychology at uni. Okay, does it matter which uni? Is it just uni? Like, is university just the overall term for all UK postgraduate schools? Like, everything above grade school, they're all just one uni? Or is it like a specific uni? Like, is there like a uni of Manchester and a different uni of somewhere else? How you feeling this morning, Top Gun? I do know that the United States has a very unique system of college athletics that is a booming economic sector. You're talking about making money. Wow. So it's amazing. They've just recently opened up in the last few years the opportunity for the kids who participate in sports at these larger universities, these larger colleges, well, at pretty much any college, to be able to like monetize themselves. Like, they call it it's called name, image, and likeness. It's called an NIL deal, where the kids can go out and market themselves and make money off of themselves, even while they're playing in what is considered amateur athletics. Jesus Christ, I just walked through like 9 branches, guys. Eric, good morning. Good morning, Eric. Yes, sir. Completely. Completely. I keep letting you know, if anything, my drug would be sugar. I'm fighting that. Thus this outdoor running battle I'm currently on. Top Gun said, don't sleep well. Didn't sleep well again last night, but trying to get motivated to get up and get my workout in. Hey, Top Gun, it's cool. That's part of the process, man. That's part of the getting up and getting going, right? So, Joe said here it is basically 4 years uni or an apprenticeship, which often uses uni facilities. Okay, so do either one of those pay? Does the apprenticeship pay, or are you basically just volunteering for a company while learning? Like if you do, so does uni cost anything? And if you get an apprenticeship, does that eliminate the cost of uni? Or is uni like covered? Is like uni covered under the system? Top Gun, 4 a.m. here in Wisconsin. What's that weather feel like in Wisconsin? Come on, man, 4 a.m. in Wisconsin, it's gotta be mid-60s, it's gotta feel beautiful out. Go out, get some of that fresh air in your lungs, Top Gun. It's a great way to get started. Apprenticeship pays below minimum. Eric says, I was an apprentice mechanic. I hated life at the dealership. Top Gun says 66 degrees, dude, that's beautiful. That's perfect, man. If you got 66 degrees and a light breeze, man, you do some jumping jacks and some body weight squats, a little running in place, you're gonna feel that. It's gonna cool you. The workout's gonna warm you up. The air's gonna cool you down. Dude, you'll be in the workout before you know it. But hey, you're up, you're on here, which means you're headed that way, man. You're headed that way, Top Gun. Get that work in, hey, and don't worry about the sleep, right? The reason I say don't worry about it is, if we can't control things, we have to worry about the things we can control. Focus on what we can. You can get started, you can do this next thing, right? When we start thinking about how well we didn't sleep, when are we gonna get sleep? Where are we gonna find sleep? What are the things between us and sleep? It doesn't let us just do this thing. Remember, you're doing this workout. You're not trying to work out. You're going to work out. As soon as you start working out, you're working out. My camera is on tilt this morning. Joe says, got to go keep up with the guys. Have a great day. Hey, Joe, thank you, man. Take off. Have a great day. It was great talking to you, man. Thank you for stopping in. All right, guys, let's see. I have to keep moving because if I stand still, my body temperature catches up with my glasses and I can't see. Top Gun, I'm 53. When I was in my 20s, I worked out 5 a.m. every day for years. I want so badly to get that motivation back. Hey, Top Gun. I'll be 53 September 26th, dude. If your birthday's already passed this year, that means you were born in 72. We're in the same place. Sometimes it's just about getting up and getting out, man. It's just about those little things. Listen, a walk is a workout. 5 squats is a workout. 10 push-ups is a workout. Sometimes we just gotta get up and get started. It's a great way to make sure that we're doing something because the motivation is hard to find, but the results are undeniable. That's why the question is what the question is today. What do you do when you can't get motivated? What do you do when you don't have motivation? Do you play music? Do you listen to songs? Do you look at videos? Like, how do you get that motivation? How do you get going? Sometimes you just gotta get going. Sometimes the motivation is in the movement. That's a great way to make sure that we're getting started, that we're doing that thing. We're no longer trying. We're no longer trying to get out of bed. As soon as you put your feet on the floor and stand up, you're out of bed. We just have to keep moving forward. As slowly and as difficult and as challenged as it may be, let's go, let's get up, Top Gun. You got this. You can make it. Eric, I think I missed a few. Culture Vulture, what's up, man? Good to see you. Staying asleep at night in order to get up early. It's a challenge, man. I know, but everything caps on top of each other, right? If you work out hard, and I remember this, you probably remember this from working out in your 20s as well. If you work out hard, going to sleep at night and staying asleep at night isn't hard because your body is like, I need this, right? And usually as we get older, the difficulty in sleeping isn't in what we do physically, it's in where our minds are mentally. It's the things that we're dealing with. It's the things that we're thinking about. Because stress is not about the things that we have to do, but about the things that we were supposed to do that we didn't get done. Those are usually the things that keep us up at night. You deal with insomnia directly, I understand. Insomnia is a real thing, right? But worry heightens it, it worsens it, right? The consideration intensifies it. And whether we get sleep or not, life is gonna be there, right? I wanna ask you a question, Top Gun. Is the insomnia worse when you are worried or when you are stressed? Do you have more difficulty sleeping when you are concerned about the lack of sleep? I never had these issues back in the day. Hate getting old. Don't hate getting old. You're not getting old, you're getting experienced. It's coming. You got to take a look at it, man. Have you been to see anybody about it? Have you spoken to anybody about it? Because if it's not something that's like, if it's not a genetic thing, if it's not something that's tied to your physical makeup, then it's something that's tied to your mental makeup. It's tied to the way your brain is processing information, the way your brain is handling your chemical level, because sleep is very important to every aspect of human life, right? It's not until your sleep that your brain starts to do a lot of things. For learning, your brain starts to move information over from your short-term memory to your long-term memory during rest, right? So sleep is important. Rest is important. While you're sleeping, anything that you've done during a workout, your brain starts to do that repair work. Any of those muscles that you've torn, any of those things that you've had to, that you've worked on and you're building on, your muscle repairs that at night. Let's talk to someone. Let's get someone to give you a good look, man. Take a moment. Consider these things. Understand that the problem is not you. The problem is a problem. But when we look at problems, tell them what I said, Eric. We were just talking about this the other day. Once we identify the problem, what is it important for us to do? It's to start working on solutions. We can quite often identify the problems that we have in life, but working on solutions requires us to actually start looking at solutions. How do I repair this? How do I fix this? How do I change this? What is my part in making this better for me? All right? Can't keep ignoring the solution. That's right. We have to make sure we're looking at the solution. Identifying the problem is great. That's step one. Like, I don't know if you remember in school, but there was a point when they would just teach you what numbers was and what numbers were. And this was important in early education, right? Learning shapes, learning that there were symbols and that our numbers and letters are just symbols and they're shapes, but they mean things when we put them together. They start to build and they mean things. And when they're in the appropriate context, they can help us find solutions. We can uncover information. But when at some point they stop teaching you just the arithmetic, right? They were like, you learned how to add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And now they're like, Mary and John went to the fair. They brought back 13 apples. John had 4 more apples than Mary. How many apples did Mary have? And so now you have to solve, right? There's the problem. Now you have to identify what's the problem, right? The problem is, how many apples does Mary have? Well, how do we find the solution? Now we have to use the tools we have. Do we multiply, divide, subtract? What order do we do it in? What's our total, like where do we work from to find out where we need to be? And these are the things that are going to be important for us solving anything, for us finding solutions anywhere in our life. It's going to always be important, guys, that once we identify the problem, that we also start looking at our solutions. Eric said, 1 hour of sleep and will make you cuckoo. It will. It will. Sleep deprivation is real. Eric said we can't keep ignoring the solution. We know we are doing something that's maybe not the best. At least we finally recognize it. And now I actually start feeling guilt when I smoke weed because all the hard work it took me to stop for 2 months. And I don't like chemicals hijacking my emotions. Okay, you don't like chemicals hijacking your emotions. You don't like the ingestion of any type of narcotic taking over your emotions and putting you in a space where you cannot act, or you cannot behave, or you cannot, you feel like you lose control of yourself. Is that correct, Eric? Is that what you're saying? Because that's important, right? That's important for a lot of people. Like even without any type of chemical, even without any type of medication, like you just said, like sleeping an hour a night, like sleeping 1 hour out of 24 can drive you crazy, right? Being in environments that aren't conducive to human survival can drive you crazy. These are all important things, guys. I agree. They require our attention. They require for us to understand what's going on and then seek a solution. I tell you what we don't want to do. Don't want to beat ourselves up too much, right? We want to become knowledgeable, and we also want to make sure that we really identify what's going on. Have we identified what's going on based on what's actually happening to us, or based on what the world is telling us is happening to us, right? Because there are people who benefit from certain things, right? Now, I don't do conspiracy theories, guys. What I do, however, do is remember things, and when we hear about them, right, I don't act like they didn't happen. Like, I'm not one of these people who's like, okay, well, this happened, right? And then be like, well, that could never happen again. Of course it could. It's happened before. So what does that mean? And I shared this recently on a previous talk, which is why it's important for us to be knowledgeable, important for us to see our reality and to control the things that are within our space to control. And the primary thing that's within our space to control is us. We can control our behaviors. We have to take control. As difficult as it may seem, as out of control, as much as it seems out of our control and in the hands of others, we have to take ownership of our actions. The things outside of us that happen. But the reason I brought this up, Eric, is because oftentimes people feel bad about what they're doing, not because they feel bad about it, but because someone else has told them it's a bad thing to do and they should feel bad about it, right? So ingesting sugar, for me, I understand, I can see exactly what it's doing to my body, right? So it's not about the commercials where they're pouring bags of sugar into a cup and like, this is how much sugar is in one cafe latte. Like, no, it's not that. That's not the thing that lets me know, hey, I need to reduce my sugar intake. The thing that lets me know I need to reduce my sugar intake is I can see that I'm taking in lots of sugar and it's changing my body. It's making me larger, which is impacting my limbs. It's impacting my joints. It's impacting my ability to be active and engage with my children and my loved ones. All of these things happen because I'm taking in too much sugar. That's real. That's my world. I need to do something about it, right? So I need to identify it. I need to be responsible about it. It's not because there's a chart out there somewhere saying that you need to be sugar-free, only eat fruits. Fruits come with natural sugars. So there are all types of things that have to be considered. What we really want to do, I think what's really important for all of us, is to understand any decisions we make need to be decisions for us. We need to stop making decisions based on what someone else believes is the right thing for us to do, but on our own knowledge and what we believe is the right thing for us to do. I have plenty of family members. I have plenty of people in my life who smoke weed, right? And it is not a mistake that the United States is moving to the legalization of it. It's not. We know what weed does. We know how weed makes you feel. We understand how weed impacts the body. We know the benefits of it. We also know the cons of it. But it's the same with everything. There are benefits to caffeines. There are drawbacks to caffeine. Caffeine is addictive. Sugar is addictive. But we've been selling coffee for years. The original Coca-Cola was made with Coke. like they were over the counter selling cocaine, liquid. Like, hey, man, this right here, it's gonna get a tunnel dug. You know what I'm saying? So they're gonna lay some train track if you give them this Coca-Cola. It was powerful. So what does that mean? It means we can't just make these decisions based off of what we've been told society should look like, how we've been told where we're supposed to be at in society, right? And that means that we have to look at ourselves and we have to understand, does sugar impact me? Does taking in sugar impact me in a negative way? Is it impacting the lives of the people I care about in a negative way? If it is, I need to reduce it or remove it. But it's the same thing with watching television. It's the same thing with playing games. It's the same thing with eating, sex, working. Working can be an issue. Working was a major issue in my marriage. And I don't mean an issue like, oh, I didn't work. All I did was work, because I was taught that working is what a man does. And if it's not doing well, work more, work harder, spend more time working. And so all of these things, if we're not doing them correctly, can be detrimental to us. But I understand what you're saying. And I understand that there's a difference between an addiction and a habit. And working on an addiction is one thing. That's about your ability to control whether or not you do something, and that thing's ability to control you, right? I get it, there's a clear distinction between both. But the first thing you have to do, and what I'm gonna recommend for you, Eric, and I don't know if you're still there, but what I'm gonna recommend for you, Eric, is take a breath, man. It's okay. It's okay, man, because every time you feel bad, because I know what you're working on. I know that you're trying to be in a space to help other people who have had difficulties that you have had, who are facing the types of challenges in their youth that you faced, and who are moving towards situations that could be detrimental to them. I understand what you're working on. Don't be too hard on yourself, because if you're hard on yourself, wait until the world gets a hold of you, because there's somebody standing there waiting to point you in the face and like, look at you, you smoke weed. Okay, like I get it. NBA is full of weed smokers, millionaires. Some of them becoming billionaires. Kevin Durant smokes weed like Snoop Dogg. And Snoop Dogg smokes weed like all of Germany. So what does that mean? It means that we have to be able to put this into context. Because if you have a value to somebody, they'll love who you are regardless of who you are. But that's the world. You have to first love who you are regardless of who you are. And then you have to understand the difference between an addiction and your personal makeup, right? So I'm never one to go around saying, hey, everybody should be smoking weed. I'm not. But guess what? It's legal. It's on the stock exchange. It's some of the easiest shares of stock to grab. I got them. I got them because the business is expanding. It's expanding worldwide. It's becoming legal in some Asian countries. I think it may have been either somewhere in Thailand or the Philippines where they went out and passed out like 1,000 weed plants to the citizens. President just came off a plane and was like, here, go grow yourself some weed, right? So as a business model, it's growing. You invest in it. I'm invested in it. Not a consumer, but I'm invested in it. I can't handle milk. My body doesn't process milk well. I would be one of the lactose intolerant. However, I hold stock in companies that sell milk. Even though people are like, I heard somebody say humans are the only animals that drink milk from other animals. It's like, okay. Right? We all have to be able to understand who we are, where we are, and then we have to be able to live that life. The problem is we spend so much time passing judgment on others that we are always sitting waiting for someone to pass judgment on ourselves. And for those of us who find ourselves in situations where we believe the world is looking at us and the world is waiting to pass judgment and the world is waiting to tell us who we are and to determine our value, determine our worth, determine what we are and what we're capable of and who we should be and whether or not we're right or wrong. For those of us who sit there and wait for that, we are doing ourselves a disservice. The thing that we want to do, the thing that's going to be important for us to ensure that we're continuing to grow, we're continuing to become the persons or the people who we truly want to be, we need to take our time. We need to sit down. We need to focus on us, on our development, on our growth, and start becoming that person. Start focusing on building ourselves because haters are everywhere, man. There are people who are much bigger than you who we don't think they're hating because it's like, oh no, they're just talking about things the way they are. No, they are creating a system and a situation and a thought process and a community that feeds their pockets, that feeds their beliefs, that feeds their ideals. We have to start to take control of our own identity and understand where we are. Fable, welcome in. How you doing, Fable? Good morning to you. Oh, it's morning for me. I believe it's early evening for you. Uncle, thank you for the advice yesterday. Had to run out as my friend arrived. I really appreciate what you do. Thank you. I appreciate what you do, man. Keep up what you're doing on your channel too, Fable. That's good work, man. You're speaking to a lot of people. You're growing quickly because you're connecting with people. You have a voice for people who feel like they're voiceless. So don't give up that voice, man. Continue to have that voice. And remember what I said, man. Continue to work on your growth because your growth is the growth for everyone. I'm glad you were able to, I hope you had fun with your friend yesterday. You guys had a good time? Got any plans for today? Top Gun, you're my new morning motivation. Okay, Top Gun. Did you get up, buddy? What did you do this morning? Let me know if you got that workout done. Are you out? Are you up and moving? Wisconsin. Where are you at in Wisconsin? Oh, man. Oftentimes when I talk to people in Wisconsin, Top Gun, I have to be weary because so many of them are Green Bay Packers fans. And as fans of the Green Bay Packers, they are my arch nemesis as me being a Dallas Cowboy fan. So I have to make sure that I'm speaking from my heart and not from my Dallas Cowboy mindset on the elliptical now. Perfect, man. Way to go. Way to go. That's working out, man. You're doing the workout. That's what I'm talking about. That's up. That's doing the workout. So you're not trying to work out today. You're doing it. That's perfect, man. Keep going. Keep getting it in. Go Pack, go. Fable, I need to find a job as I'm broke. All I want to do is build my channel as working a day job has never worked out for me. Understood. Here's the thing. Here's the thing. Central Wisconsin, Top Gun, I hear you. Here's the thing, Fable. Working on your channel is beautiful, right? Working on you is also important. But here's one of the things that I believe may be beneficial for you as we prepare to get finished up here, guys. I'm about to head in. I have some things I need to do. I need to be prepared to meet with my family and get the day started. So I'm gonna say this really quickly, and I hope you're still here, Fable. Here's the thing about working a day job. Working a day job, or a 9 to 5 as we call it here in the United States, means that you've identified that there is something that's been a challenge for you in the past. Remember what I said about discipline. Discipline is repetition, which is just showing up. Patience, knowing that whatever I'm working on, it's not going to be fixed in the next 5 minutes. Consistency, setting a plan and then staying on that plan to see growth towards the outcome. And perseverance. The point of you getting a job, right, and you just said it, is to make money, right? You said, I need to get a job because I'm broke. There's a whole other conversation to have about that, about making money in other ways, monetizing your channel. That's a whole other, we'll do that at some point. But right now, what I see before you, what I see in front of you, is an opportunity for you to get a job to break the pattern or the belief that you have that you cannot work a job, right? Because the thing that you said is working a day job has never worked out for you. Identify why. Identify what the issue is. Is the issue with you or is the issue with the job? And even if the issue is with the job, it still means that the issue is with you. Here's why. We can't change the job. We can change what job we have. We can't change the expectation of the company, but we can change who we are within the company. The reason I say this, Fable, is if that's what you're looking to do, you want to make some money, you want to get a job so that you can get a paycheck and it can be steady, use that to work on you more than to work on the job. Jim Rohn or John Rohn, I always say it wrong. I'm gonna say Jim. He says the best way to move forward in life, or one of the ways to become wealthy, is to work harder on yourself than you do on your job. In this situation, Fable, working on a job is a process of you working on you. Meaning, if you're going to get a job, understand the purpose of you working this job, doing this development, seeing this growth, taking on the challenges, improving yourself is about you becoming a stronger and better version of yourself. About you building your perseverance, about you building your resilience, about you building your determination and your strength to face challenges head on. That is for you. Get the job with an understanding that every day when I show up and I perform and I do my best and I deal with the challenges that I face on a regular day, I deal with the anxiety, I deal with the temperament, I deal with everything that's just a part of who I am, then I am continuing to grow. Didn't get any qualifications in school, so I'm forced to do low-level work for bosses that aren't always the nicest. I'm either doing cleaning, laboring, or working in some kind of factory. I get it, but remember, right now, that's temporary for you, because ultimately, what you're doing to develop yourself, the growth that you're seeing for yourself, as you start to mature and as you start to see other opportunities and as you start to grow. I'm not from the UK, I'm not from London, I'm not from England. I don't understand how everything works in Europe, but here's what I can say for you. I can say for where you are, and this is everywhere in the world, the thing that we have to understand is that we're working on ourselves, and understanding as we develop ourselves, these challenges that are in front of you are there no matter what. Whether you choose to go out and look for a job or not, whether you choose to work or not. The situation, the situation is now requires your attention. It requires your action. It requires your input and your effort. That you can control. Use that to shape you. Use that to help you build character, to build reserve, to build strength, to build the knowledge and the communication and the connections with the people who need to hear your voice, who are suffering the same way you are suffering, to understand here is how we move from where we are to where we're going, to where we want to be. And it's not by being in the situation and becoming comfortable with it, but it's by being in the situation and preparing and packing for where we're going. I know you can do it because you've already started to do it on the channel. Go back and take a look at where you come from. Go back to your first videos. As short a period of time as your channel has been up, go back to the beginning and remember what was your mindset, what was your thoughts, what was your outlook when you first started? Because mentally you've already grown. Because you've gone from, hey, I just want to get up and I just want to get up and put some content up, to, hey, I want to put up better content. Hey, I want to connect with more people. Hey, I want to be able to put up long form video. Hey, I want to have consistency. You're already changing. Your mindset and your behaviors are already changing based on the things that you've already done. Do not stop doing that thing because you've been working on you. Continue to do that thing and you'll continue to grow. Who is that? Hisam? David Goggins, African area. Okay, so thank you so much, guys, for being here this morning. As always, if you haven't had an opportunity to hit the thumbs up, man, please hit the thumbs up. Doesn't cost us anything. It's a great way to support the channel. I really appreciate it. I'm going to tell you guys there's 4 pillars to discipline. Repetition, followed by patience, then consistency, and then it's going to end off with you always having perseverance. That perseverance works on you, not on the thing. Kevin, have a good day as well. Fable, this is why you're a great man. You remember things about your followers and you have actual solid advice I can apply. Thank you so much for being here, Fable. You too, Top Gun. Finish that workout strong. Kevin, take care. And as always, guys, keep showing up, keep blowing up, keep growing up. God bless. I'll see you guys next time.